Have you ever wondered why a company would happily lose money on your first purchase, but still be absolutely desperate to keep you as a customer? It feels like it breaks all the rules of business, right?
I mean, just think about it. You see those massive sign-up bonuses for a new credit card, or that free month of a streaming service, or a crazy discount on your first order. The company is literally paying to get you in the door.
And it doesn't stop there. They're often willing to spend even more money to convince you to stick around. It sounds completely backward, doesn't it? Like they're just setting cash on fire.
So why on earth would any smart business do this? Well, the secret isn't about that first sale. It's about a huge shift in thinking, from a single transaction to the massive value of a long-term relationship.
And this is where we get to the core idea. It's a concept called customer lifetime value, and it's all about playing the long game. It really is a marathon, not a sprint.
Now, the key word here is profit, not revenue, profit. Think of it this way. A single purchase is fine, but a loyal customer is like an asset that pays dividends year after year. CLV is the total value of all those future dividends minus all the costs.
Once you start thinking in terms of lifetime value, it forces you to make a really critical choice. Where do you put your energy? Do you spend it all hunting for new customers, or do you focus on nurturing the ones you already have?
And when you lay it out, the difference is just stark. Acquisition, getting new customers, is a grind. It's expensive, you're fighting everyone for attention, and it's totally uncertain. But retention, that's about building on a relationship you already have. It's cheaper, it's predictable, and it's way more profitable.
And here is the number that should honestly stop you in your tracks. Check this out. It can be 8 to 10 times cheaper to keep a customer than to find a new one. That's not just a small difference, that's a massive strategic advantage. This chart shows you exactly how that works. You see that dip at the very beginning? That's the cost to acquire the customer. In year one, a lot of customers are actually a net loss, but watch what happens as they stick around. Those initial costs fade away, and their repeat business turns them into a pure profit engine that just keeps growing.
Okay, so keeping customers is smart. Got it. But now we have to add another layer, because this is a hard truth that a lot of businesses just don't get. Not all customers are created equal, not even close.
So take a look at this. It's called the whale curve, and it is an absolute eye-opener. It shows that in a lot of businesses, your top 20% of customers, your whales, can generate something like 200% of your total profits. Now, you might be asking, how is that even possible? Well, it's because the customers on the other end of the curve, they're actually losing you money.
Yep, you heard me right. The ones who are always demanding support, returning products, or only buying with a huge discount, they are actively draining your profits. It means a company can add more customers and actually become less profitable. The smart companies figure out who these customers are and either change the relationship or sometimes they just let them go.
So what does this look like when a company gets it right? Let's dig into a perfect case study, the Chase Sapphire credit card.
When Chase launched the Sapphire Reserve, it looked like a completely reckless gamble. I mean, they were throwing an insane amount of money at it up front. A 100,000-point bonus, lavish travel credits, a massive marketing campaign. On paper, it looked like they were guaranteed to lose a fortune.
But see, Chase wasn't playing for today. They were making a very calculated, very high-stakes bet on customer lifetime value. They knew that the specific type of customer they were targeting would be so profitable over the years that the initial hit would pay for itself many, many times over. And wow, did their bet pay off? This chart shows it all. After the launch, consideration for Chase cards just skyrocketed, blowing past their biggest competitor, American Express. They didn't just get customers, they built a powerful long-term profit engine.
So if you actually want to do this, what are the levers you can pull? It really boils down to these key drivers. You can make more profit on each sale, you can get people to buy more often, you can get better at keeping them around, and you can lower what it costs to take care of them. And the magic ingredient that ties it all together? Time, because that value just compounds.
Understanding these drivers is absolutely essential, because if you don't, it is so easy to fall into a very common and very dangerous trap. And this is the growth trap. It's when you chase growth for the sake of growth. You slash prices, run endless promotions, and you know what happens? You attract the absolute worst customers, the ones with zero loyalty who will leave you the second a better deal comes along. You might see a short-term bump in your numbers, but you're actually destroying your company's long-term health.
So what does this all boil down to? What's the big takeaway here? It requires a huge shift in how we even define success in business.
And this right here says it all. The goal is not just to get bigger, it's to get more profitable. It's not about being the biggest name in the game. It's about building the most valuable, sustainable business you can.
The old way of thinking, that more customers always equals success, we now know that's just way too simple and, frankly, it's dangerous.
Real lasting growth isn't about casting the widest net you possibly can. No, it's about becoming a magnet for the right kind of customers, the ones who are a perfect fit, the ones who are going to stick around.
Because at the end of the day, the winning companies aren't just the ones with the most customers. They're the ones who understand that their best customers are their most valuable asset and who focus all their energy on creating more value over time.